What are you doing?
Oh my god.
I don't even know what's going on.
Don't forget cards at RitaYanez.com, and so am I. Under your bed.
Turn on the light! Turn on the light! Turn on the light!
Hi there, Gemini. This is your weekly reading for the week of November 30th. I hope you had a wonderful holiday season and that your Christmas and your New Year's are just as fun. The card that we start off the week with is the Four of Swords on Monday. This is a card that indicates that it might be better time spent by kind of reflecting on the things that have happened. Don't just like start any new projects with anybody. You go back to school for a little while and then you come back out for winter break. So the best way to handle this energy is to just go ahead and do what the universe wants you to do, which is to just rest on it. Think about it. Maybe stew over some details of things that you want to do in the future. Maybe if you are thinking about what you're going to do over the holiday break, that's what you can do with this energy. The card that you've drawn for Tuesday is a Ten of Swords, and the Ten of Swords is a card that usually looks as scary as it is, but it really is more about realizing that some situation has hit an irrevocable end, meaning that there's no way to pull back from it, there's no way to correct it, there's nothing you can do about it. It's kind of the equivalent of the proverbial beating a dead horse, where it's already dead. What are you going to do? Beat on it. It can't feel anything. You can't destroy it really any further. So the reality is that with Mercury in Sagittarius trining Uranus in Aries, which is your 11th house, you may have had some ideas that you figured out maybe who your friends aren't, but more importantly, you figured out who your friends are. Maybe you've gone through a kind of transition of a situation with a relationship, or maybe with a friendship that you thought was okay, and then you realize, wow, this person really is not my friend. I thought they were, but in the grand scheme of things, when I really needed that person by my side, they weren't interested in my problems. And with Mercury and Sagittarius squaring Chiron and Pisces, this is kind of obvious that maybe you've got some friends that, while it hurts to understand that they're not going to be a part of your life anymore, or for whatever reason, maybe it's another issue that has to do with relatives and adults in your world, that maybe some siblings or step siblings or cousins or other people aren't going to be in the picture, just don't let it really dampen your spirits, because these are part of the series of things that I like to call as irrevocable or situations that can't be negotiated. They just can't be worked with. So let them go and let the universe bring you whatever it is that you need to learn next, or how to find the wisdom in it. Mercury in Sagittarius is also going to sextile Apollo in Libra, and Libra being your 5th solar house talks about your siblings, your cousins, your romantic interests, because of course at your age you're not going to be married, and trust me, you don't want to get married until you're somewhere in your 30s at the earliest, and for you guys 40s would be great. So with that said, here Apollo's asking you to take up the captain's hat and assume the role of leader, where if you like somebody, it's probably going to be up to you to let them know that you like them. If you face rejection and you know that's a potential, we'll laugh at it, because rejection doesn't mean anything. It's really more about just learning what people like and what they don't like. And if you don't get experience one way or another in your life, sooner or later, you're going to face rejection and acceptance in different ways. And sometimes in the same vein, you can have some people that accept you and alternately reject other parts of you. So learning to deal with rejection is one of the most important things that young people can do, understanding that it doesn't have to be personal. Somebody else may intend it to be personal, to take a jab at you, to tell you that you're stupid or weird or ugly, and yet at the same time you can realize these people are so dense they don't even realize that the words they're saying are hurtful. Sun in Sagittarius sextile Aries and Aquarius, which Aquarius is your 9th solar house. Ceres wants you to think about what's worth fighting for, what's worth arguing about, what's worth standing up for. You know, if you're just going to take offense at the fact that your brother sucked down the orange juice from the container in the refrigerator, at that point, I would say that's probably not worth starting an argument over. You could say, that's disgusting, and then tell your mom when you see her next. But you don't have to have a big old fight with somebody else. Now, likewise, don't you eat or drink out of the containers. And you know how we all get upset if somebody sticks the spoon in the ice cream and then the bacteria is in there and ugh, you know, all kinds of crazy things are happening on a microscopic level. It's not really worth having a big fight though, right? That's the kind of thing that we have to keep in mind, that sometimes we have to choose our battles, and it may feel good to get some energy out and get pissed off and say what we really think we want to say. But the problem is then we can't retract those words. They're just out there hanging in the air, and not even a butterfly net is going to catch that crap. So Wednesday, we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is a card that indicates that there's a male, most likely an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or somebody who embodies those traits. And it probably is an adult in your world, although, you know, I can't deny that it could be an older sibling who's filling the role of the father. It could be an older cousin, an older step relative, and something like this, where basically they're being the tyrant, and or they're the ones that are supposed to be doling out the money or the provisions or the supplies, and you're not really having a good go of trying to state what it is that you want in terms of your needs, how you'd like them met. Remember that this energy will blow over rather quickly, so it's not worth picking a fight with this bastard over here anyway. He's probably just somebody who's got a control issue and wants to make other people feel subject to him or subordinate to him. So on Wednesday, the only indication of what that opposition could be like is that Mercury in Sagittarius is opposing Psyche in Gemini. Gemini being your solar first house, obviously, is talking about learning how to transform the energy of a situation, similar to a butterfly in the chrysalis stage, right? We know it's probably sticky and disgusting in that little thing, but something beautiful is going to emerge from it. So let yourself be the butterfly that's going to emerge. Don't let other people drag you down just because they want to piss on somebody's parade. They can go piss on their own parade. Thursday, we've got the Fool in reverse, and this is a card that indicates that there's some kind of a false start here, or maybe that you wish you could make a clean break and a new start and move on with your life, and somebody else is kind of holding you back, or maybe the fact that you're a teenager, a young person under the rules and regulations of your guardians, your parents, the people who take care of you, regardless of who they are. Now, the truth is that Mercury in Sagittarius is semi-sextile in Bacchus and Capricorn, and this gives us the idea, solar 8th house, that maybe you want to just escape things. Maybe it's your parents who are divorcing and you're like, oh my God, I just want nothing to do with it. Why don't they just get a divorce and then we can move on here? And, you know, some of you can be going through a situation where the parents are now slinging the proverbial mud at each other. I'd rather have it be like a Jerry Springer show, ding, ding, ding moment where everybody comes out and starts bitch slapping everybody in the back of the head and it gets all redneck. I'd just rather have that and then have it be over with, like one good fight and then make it go away. The problem is with people who think that they're handling their divorce as well is that truly they're using people as pawns and they're using kids as weapons to hurt the other party with. And even though we don't like that and we wish it wouldn't be that way, sometimes it really does happen. And then that's where you get people talking about each other, or somebody's mom or dad is talking smack about the other parent and saying these horrible things, and you feel like, Jesus, the only peace would be if I took a backpack and took off in the middle of the night, which never do that. That won't hurt you. It might get you killed, though. So Mercury in Sagittarius trine Minerva and Leo is talking about your solar third house of communication. This tells me that you might have more luck convincing somebody of helping things smooth out or calm down if you would just talk to them in the way that you would like to be spoken to, communicated with as well. So give respect and hopefully you'll get respect. Now, that doesn't guarantee it though. You could be talking to one of your parents and they don't respect a damn thing you say and you know it. Well, there's your sign. Probably not worth communicating. Now, what if one of the parents is all right but the other isn't? Well, talk to the one that's normal. What if both parents are being asses? Well, not a whole lot you can do about that. They've got lessons of their own to learn. And even for you, if you say, what's the lesson for me? Well, the lesson is to never turn out like these people. How about that? That's the most important lesson of all. Mercury, Sagittarius, sextiling Cupid and Libra. your solar fifth house, is saying that maybe if you can just push these things out of your head and enjoy maybe some of the finer things in life, like your video gaming, your music, your internet, your vines, your YouTube videos that make you laugh, like my favorites, Old People Falling. Maybe spend your time focusing on those things so that you don't have to really hear and be a part of whatever dysfunction is around you. Friday, we have the Chariot card, which is a good indication that you'll be able to make peace within yourself with these kind of divergent types of energies where people are not coming together. They're going in opposite directions. You're like, yeah, but that's amazing. I would like them to stay away from each other. I can handle my parents separately, but I can't handle them together. So this is good because you'll be able to make sense of what's going on in their lives, even insofar as you really just want them to not talk about each other, to only respect their time with you. And if they can't do that, that you could tell them, hey, look, then don't pick me up if you're going to talk smack about my mom or about my dad or whatever. Those kinds of scenarios. And of course, it could relate to some of your friendships as well. If you're watching a friend go through their parents divorcing, and you're trying to be there for that person, you know that your friend's going to want to vent, and you should be saying things like, hey, look, it's not personal, it's not about you. Oh yeah, but they do. They say that I'm going to end up messed up if I'm with him, and that, this one's going to be messed up if they're with her. Well, then you got to teach your friend to learn how to just let it go and release it and focus on something else so that you don't get pulled into their drama. Mercury and Sagittarius squaring Jupiter and Virgo is enough drama, I think, for everybody, because Virgo is your solar fourth house, and that's the house of home, where especially because you're young, this is your early home environment. This is the house that you're being raised in. But the good thing is that Venus moves into Scorpio, your solar sixth house, and it looks like there are some workable solutions for what it is that needs to be smoothed over so that the dysfunction is kept to a freaking minimum. On Saturday, the card you've drawn is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Again, not a good day for you to be engaging in battle, verbal sparring, warfare, punch to the face, kick to the nuts. Don't get involved in it. Stay out of it. Find something else to do. Talk to your friends. Don't get yourself in trouble, because if you get yourself in trouble by saying what you really want to say, which is probably 100% accurate and true, well, the truth is then you could get your phone yanked away, your internet yanked away, your devices yanked away. Before you know it, you've got no phone, you're locked in a room, and you can't talk to anybody. So remember, cutting off your nose to spite your face is an old saying to say, don't hurt yourself just to get the last word into somebody. Saying something stupid is when we hear the phrase, open mouth insert foot, that you just said something that you can't take back, so you might as well stuff your foot in your mouth so that you don't say anything else. Don't let it compromise your freedom, because your freedoms are already somewhat limited. So protect them. Make sure that you vent to people who aren't going to vent it back to their mother, and then she picks up the phone and calls your house and starts the mess again. So just be very careful about who you trust around this time. Sunday, we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse, and of course this means that we have the potential for a new start things, or kind of a rebirth to a situation, or kind of a way to see something reworked so that it can be better than it was, but it's somewhat stalled. And this, if anything, is the hardest week of December, and after this it will ease up and it won't be so difficult. But on Sunday, we've got the Sun in Sagittarius sextiling Mars in Libra, which could get you saying some things that even among your siblings there could be an argument, and it could get quite ugly. So remember, don't say anything if you don't think that this is going to bring happiness, peace, calm, and like a Mahatma Gandhi moment. Just don't say it. If somebody brings it to you and tries to argue with you, don't respond. Just say, well, if let's say they give you an insult like this, you're just a stupid dork and I hate your guts. Say something like this: well, I love you too, but thanks for letting me know how you feel. Then just leave it at that. Don't say anything else and it'll go away. Sun in Sagittarius is semi-sextile to Pluto and Capricorn. Again, there could be an issue that might be related to your parents or somebody else in the house. It could be a sibling of yours that is separating and divorcing, and you're kind of feeling the sadness because of it. Let it go. It is not your issue. People will work out their issues as long as others don't interfere with it. It really does work itself out over time. It's also the way that we learn, right? We go through an experience and we develop hindsight and wisdom because of it, and you don't learn anything if your life is easy breezy and perfect and nothing happens. It sounds like it's all great, but trust me, that's not living. That's like being locked down in an asylum where you can't affect anybody and they can't affect you. Also, Mercury and Sagittarius squaring Hygeia and Virgo is an indication that, of course, again, in that fourth house, there's some situation that, again, is talking about preempting or avoiding problems before they start. That it's almost like in anything else, to heal your body, what's the best thing you can do? Not hurt the body to begin with. So, of course, a person, say they're a cigarette smoker and they're coming off of smoking and they need all this help and support. Well, the rest of us know the best thing would do to be never to pick up a cigarette ever. Now, for the people that have already done that, trying to repair the lungs and trying to repair the body on a cellular structure requires this Hygeia and Virgo moment. So, healing the body before problems take shape, keeping the body from getting sick by preventing what happens to it, keeping the home calm and peaceful. Do you get where I'm going? Before problems erupt. If a problem is going to erupt because somebody gets pissed off anytime you buy Sprite and not Dr. Pepper, then look, just buy the Dr. Pepper and don't have Sprite if that's what shuts everybody up. I think that also having Mars and Libra squaring Pluto and Capricorn, it could give us, an argument that's waiting to happen. So I would say try to avoid it at all costs. And with that said, you guys, I wish for you a wonderful December. I appreciate your patience in trying to figure out where these videos were going, which now you can see they're on Rita Yanez TV, and I'll be talking to you soon.